Here we have another exponential equation, and this is defined for x is greater than 0. And the first part, they want you to sketch the graph on the axis to show the behavior of the curve as x is getting bigger. And so what we do, of course, is get on our calculator and see what it looks like. And just to start, all I know is that x is greater than 0, so I'm first going to just graph it kind of with a normal standard window. That also clears away any other windows I had before, and that's what the graph looks like. I'm now just going to change my window a little bit because x doesn't have to be bigger than or less than -10, and our maximum minimum, we don't need to see too much of a negative, and so there, that looks a little bit better. And from there we can sketch what the curve looks like, its behavior. And it just flattens out a little bit more there. And from there, they want me to write down the coordinates of the intercepts with the axis. So again, I'll look back at my calculator to figure out where it intersects the x-axis and simply go back up to where x is 0, and it says it's at 2, which kind of makes sense because that would be 5 minus 3 times 2 to the power of 0, which is 5 minus 3. So that's 2, and they did want you to write down the coordinates, so it's 0, 2 are the coordinates. Next part of the question asks you to draw the line y equals 5 on my sketch, and I'm just curious, as I scroll down I noticed that as x is getting bigger, I'm getting closer and closer to 5 but not equaling 5. So what that tells me is that when I draw the line y equals 5, it should act like an asymptote. And so I pretty much eyeball this to make sure that as I draw it, my graph is getting closer and closer, but not touching it. And then from there, we can answer part C, which again is to write down the number of solutions. Write down means don't have to do any work. We know it's an asymptote, and therefore there is no solution. It will never equal 5 because we're always subtracting something away. And so there's our solution.